Welcome to my amazing channel. How have you been? How was your week? How life taking you? Today I'm not doing a vlog. I'm going to do a sit down video, and I just want us to talk. I want this video today to be conversational. This week was tough on me. For real, emotionally, financially, physically, spiritually. Yeah. I One of my friends lost someone they love, and have you ever tried to have you ever felt someone's pain? Like you don't know exactly the pain they are going through, because actually losing someone you love, especially a parent, someone you're very close to, like a parent or a partner, you can never explain the pain that person is really, really going through. And I I was in that state whereby I've experienced the same, but the pains are different. You can actually never understand the kind of pain someone goes through until maybe you lose someone. That is when you will have to understand what they're going through. So for today's video, in honor of my friend who has lost dad, I want to share some of the things that you can do if you go to console someone who is grieving, someone who has lost someone in death they love. So I want to share some of the things that you are not supposed to do, and some of the things that you can do for them so that they would feel like you're there for them, because most of people nowadays, they really don't understand these things, how deep grief is and how intense it can go. Like grief is a lot, and it doesn't end. Someone telling you that just cry now, this will be it never ends. It goes all the way. You just learn how to live with it. So today I want to teach you do's and don'ts of or what you can do, what you can't do for someone you're going to console, yeah, and they've lost someone in death. So number one point is, and I'm doing this in honor of my friend who has lost his dad. I hope you see this video and it's going to maybe help you, not right now, but maybe moving forward, help you maybe to grieve better, and also to help people who are grieving maybe in future. Okay, so this is in honor of you, my friend. Things are going to might not be good, they might be better with time, but right now take your time to grieve and cry. Do whatever it is that you feel. If you want to scream, scream. Don't allow anything or anyone not to grieve the way you want to grieve your dad. Grieve your dad because you need to do that. You actually need to do that, okay? Yeah. And as you do that, I'll be praying for you. I'll be here if you need anything. Yes. Don't tell someone who has lost someone that you know how they feel. You know how they feel, because you don't. You might have lost someone, like you might have lost, if they've lost a mom, you might have lost a mom, but the pain they are going through is not the same as the pain you're going through. So you can never say you know how they feel, because you don't. So avoid telling someone that I know how you feel, I feel you. You don't. You actually don't. Yeah. Yes, I know sometimes we say that because we don't know what to say, and if you don't know what to say, how about you just keep quiet and listen and be there with them, vent, say whatever it is that they want to say about the person. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes it's not a must you say something to them. Yeah. So that is number one thing. Stop saying that I know how you feel, I feel you. No. Point number two, don't Stop telling someone who is grieving that I understand your pain. I understand your pain. I No, don't do that. Don't do that. You don't understand anything about the pain that person is going through. Can I briefly show you or take you through how someone feels when they lose someone they love? I'll share what happened when my mom died. When my mom died and she was brought home now with the casket and everything, I my body just went numb and I felt like I can just fall down, and I was crying uncontrollably because that was the time I knew that she's dead, because no one had told me that. Okay, so imagine that time I'm crying, bubbles are everywhere, and tears and mucus, and someone is here telling me that they understand how I feel. Do they really understand how I feel? Hell no. So stop telling someone that you understand how they feel, because you don't. That is number two. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. Number three, don't, don't, don't tell these people to stop crying. Stop crying. Please don't cry. Please, Aki. No, don't tell them to stop crying. Allow them. They are mourning this person. They are grieving this person. And that is the only way they are expressing their pain. So allow them, give them avenues. If it could be, give them avenues to cry even more, because it will relieve them. It will relieve the pain. It's part of grieving. So allow them to cry. So don't tell them to stop crying or whatever it is that they're doing to mourn this person. Okay? Yes. Point number 4. Point number 4. Stop making their grief about you by saying, oh, I also lost my mom. Oh, I also lost my spouse. Oh, no. This is so selfish of you, and this is not the time you're supposed to be sharing this, because it's them, it's their time. Like, it's like you want to be the limelight now, like you lost someone, because so they shouldn't like take it. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't. That is not the time for. This is their time to mourn this person. Okay, sometimes I know you might want to share this because you want them to feel like you have experienced it, but sometimes it feels like you want to them to start consoling you. Yeah, like, yeah, and that is so selfish. So don't do that. Okay, this is about them. Don't be that selfish, and don't do that. Okay, and the last one, number 5, please don't film. And I repeat this because right now people, social media is there, vlogging, YouTubing, TikToking, and I have been wondering how someone can be filming someone in their deathbed, or you go to someone's funeral, maybe a friend, and then they are filming everything and they are sharing on social media. Some even decide to do a live. And can you imagine, this person is at their most vulnerable point and you're there with your camera? Do you even have a heart? Do you? Are you even a human being? Are you? They're there, like, I'm breaking down. I feel like I can faint. I am sweating. Tears are everywhere. Mucus, like in my most broken moment, that is the time you're bringing camera. So when I'm crying, I'm trying to fight if I look presentable on the camera. And it's my most please respect someone when they are mourning and allow them to mourn in peace. They should not be worried about your camera. They should be, they actually, they're not, you're supposed to create an avenue for them to mourn without feeling like they are judged, or to mourn without feeling like someone will see this video on TikTok, or someone will see this video on YouTube. Okay, yeah. So please respect people's time of mourning, because that is their lowest point, their vulnerable point. Don't film people when they're mourning or they are in funerals. Respect them and allow them to grieve their loved ones in peace. Okay? Yes. So I'm going to share some 5 things also you're supposed to do so that this person will at least might feel like you're there for them. First thing, pray for them and assure them that you're praying for them, because sometimes prayer is underestimated, but it helps them. It helps them to deal with whatever it is that is going. They just get strength, yeah, and keep moving. Okay. Yes. Number two, do chores, house chores. If you can cook for them, you can take a meal to them, you can clean for them, you can buy snacks for them, yeah, you can do that and be on point. The time I lost my mom, I remember very well. I i remember very well that I didn't eat that day at all, and nobody cared. I was a child, I was only 13 years. Nobody cared to ask me if I've eaten, let alone someone asking. Nobody actually offered to give me food. And everyone was fighting us, to telling us, don't cry, don't cry, you know. Yeah. And that's why I've carried that grief up to this point. I have been grieving until I went for therapy in last year 2023, because I wasn't allowed to grieve her. All right. Yeah. So you can offer them food. One thing also you can do, you can buy them handkerchiefs, man. Sometimes when you're crying, you even forget that you're there with your t-shirt, you're crying. You can buy handkerchief for them. You can buy painkillers for them as well, because when you cry, you will get some headache and a severe one. You can buy water for them. You can actually buy an energy drink for them, because most of the time they will not eat and they're crying, they're hungry, so it will at least give them energy as they do everything running up and down. Okay. Yes, you can even, if it's somewhere you can go, you can offer to even go for a sleepover. You sleep there with them, like they don't feel like they're alone. Yeah. So most of the time when we lose people run very fast on the money bit of it. It is very important, but we usually forget that this person is also mourning as we contribute. So people think that when you contribute for someone, that's all. After burial, that's all. So actually the real grieving starts after burial. So after you've buried someone, that is actually the time you're supposed to be there mostly for these people, because they are now alone. There are no people around them. They're just in their own world. So my people, today I just decided to make this video because of one of my friends, to honor him. And I decided to just share these tips because they might help someone who has lost someone, or you don't know what to say to someone when they lose people they love. Okay, so those are some of the tips I would share because I've experienced it. And sometimes I personally don't know what to say when I go to console people when they, and I just decide to keep quiet and not say anything, because this is not about me, and sometimes you might say something and it triggers the person who is mourning. All right. Yeah. Help anyone out here who might be going through this, or in future. You never know. Like it's important to know that one day this will happen and might happen. Or yeah, and it's not that we are, it is the reality. It is the reality. People really don't like talking about this, but one thing about grief is people grieve differently, and it's important to allow people to grieve the way they want for their person they love. Okay. Yeah. If they decide to be writing letters to the person, so be it. If they decide to be going to the grave, so be it. If they decide to be whatever it is that they choose to mourn this person, respect it and stop scrutinizing them. Grieving never ends, it goes deep. You just learn how to live with grief. Okay, yeah. So that's all for today. Of course, this vlog was different. So thank you guys for listening to me, to my short tips. Subscribe, share with your friends, and see you on my next vlog. Bye. I love you.